Welcome. Today we have a very special episode. We are joined by a global icon who has changed and inspired generations of corporate leaders, Indra Nooyi, the former CEO of PepsiCo. Join us to decode success, leadership, and future of the business.
Thank you so much, Suparna.
Starting off, Indra, you have the most pinnacly successful career. So, what are the qualities, what are the traits, and what are the experiences that have actually made you this level of successful?
So, let me talk about how I got from Chennai to the pinnacle of corporate America. Like, it was an improbable story in many ways. Like, if I will talk about my family was very supportive. Like, the men in my family used to encourage me to study more, to achieve my dreams, and also they used to say that we will stop your mother to getting you married. So all that things was good. But let me park that aside and talk about the traits which actually led me there. Because you know what? Before me, the CEO in the PepsiCo was a white man, Christian, and also from the US Armed Force. So I never thought that I will be at that position. I thought that when I will become president, that would be the peak of my career. But there are some traits which I followed throughout. For example, the zoom in and zoom out approach. I think when I see any problem, I dive deep into the details. Then I see it from the outside. And also, I think I am a lifelong student. Like I do the speed learning. Actually, I have one issue which is genetic. I used to sleep for the 3 to 4 hours only. So I like to read a lot, like what trend is going on. I like to connect the dots. So I think the learning is what helped me. And also, like the mentor what I got, I didn't choose any mentor, but mentor has chosen me because of all these qualities. Actually, there is one more thing that has helped me, because I think when I work in any company, I keep that the company's objective and their need before mine. Like what happened once, I'll tell you one story. There was one MD who came from England to our unit, and he was searching for me because at that time there was lesser women who were at that level. So he was asking for me, and somebody pointed out at me, and I was sitting on the floor, sorting of the samples from textile. So he told me that no executive ever did that. So I think I don't mind like working on the floor or on the chair. It's all right. I think whatever is necessary for your company, we should do that.
Indra, in your 12-year tenure in PepsiCo, there were some radical changes, and you mentioned in your book that there was so well coordinated trend spotting, and there were one document future back, and that actually led a lot of pivotal shifts within PepsiCo. How did you spot that trend, and how did you formulate the strategies, and most importantly, how did you carry along the people with you?
So when I became the CEO, my intention was not to run the company for 5 years, but my intention was to make my company successful for the longer term. Like I don't want to pay my attention on the basic things to maintain the performance, but I want to look out of the box. So what I did, I called every departments, like for example finance, marketing, HR, and few consultant, every department member, and asked them to please bring a list of trend. So after that, sometime they all came up with the list of trends. Some of them have brought the 15, some have 10, but surprisingly, the six trends were common among all. And I think that is because they were experiencing it, they were watching it around that, so that's why that was common. I'll tell you example of one too. For example, there was one trend of people awareness for the health, because nowadays the people is becoming aware and they are moving toward the healthy products. And also there was one more, that was environmental sustainability. So that was common among all. That's how I like listed the top six trends. And I think because I involved the employees, they were feeling privileged and they were supporting us. Because that helped me We don't need to tell them that you have to do this, but they were coming up by themselves. They were feeling connected. So that's how we acknowledge these trends. And I'll tell you what happened when I joined this PepsiCo. The 80% of our product was sugar, but by the time of 2006, it reduced to 30%. So that's the change which our employee has noticed. And also, like if we are eating good food, healthy food at our home, how can we sell the unhealthy outside? That's not fair, na? So that's how we manage to get the trends.
So moving on, Indra. So that brings me to the two very intriguing and highly impactful hire that you did of Chief Design Officer as well as Great R&D Chief. What is the role of design in food and beverage company?
This idea came to us from our snack company, that is Peridot. You must have heard about the Doritos. So in that company, what they were doing in the name of innovation, they was just producing the goods like Doritos, nachos, cheese Doritos, nachos, cheesier Doritos, nachos, even more cheesier Doritos. So they were thinking that this is the innovation. And also, but they were not understanding the issue. What happened? There was one product, its name was Tostitos. So it was when you eat that, you feel dry. So people used to eat it with the dip. So what happens sometimes that dip is spill on their dress. So that's the issue. I think that's the issue. So what happened? I told them to stop. Rather than just manufacturing it like cheesier to cheesier, we should consider about the design. Like we consider the structure and we then rebuild that in the scoop shape. So that we can put the dip and easily eat it without spilling it. So I think there is a need of designing. Then we design the new packaging, new design of the scoop already. And I think we should identify the new platform, then automatically you will get the new product and new line extension. For example, if we have developed this scoop like product, there will be the variety of product like the potato scoop, rice scoop, corn scoop, that will automatically be generated. So that's, I think that's where the need of design came. And also if I talk about the R&D department, so when we were moving toward the health conscious and we thought to reduce the sugar. So if I will reduce the sugar by 10% directly, the people will find its taste not good. So for that we need some, like somebody who have the knowledge of taste of tongue, so that they can reduce it mildly in every 6 months. Like if we reduce the sugar mild in every 6 months, the people will not find it different. But if we remove that suddenly by 10%, so people will not find it better. So for that I think we need R&D department.
That's great, Indra. So I have a little question, a little personal question. That you have been known in public life for decades and you have extremely busy, very demanding schedule. How do you keep yourself at optimum physical and mental health?
I tell you, I have not balanced it. Rather than that, I have juggled it. My husband used to tell me that in your list, like the PepsiCo is on the top, somewhere in between the family, the children are there, and I come somewhere at the last. And I answered him, at least you are on the list. So that's how I managed. Like, of course, there was problem, but I managed it.
But you still got Padma Bhushan. Can you talk about that experience?
It was a surreal moment, and I was glad at the same time. I was scared, but I'm proud that I didn't let India down. So that's the proudest moment for me. But when I was sitting there, and beside me there was a man, and he was continuously appraising me, but I was not able to recognize him, and I asked him about his name. So he told me that he is the husband of Sabana Azmi. Actually, he was the Javed Akhtar. So that's the incident that happened to me. Otherwise, it was very like proud moment for me.
That's very inspiring after hearing your story, Indra. Thank you for all the nuggets of wisdom.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you.